Hey guys, so this video lesson is about the last part of our crash course to college writing project. We're going to start a problem solution essay. So this is going to go over the structure and expectations, and then we're going to look at a sample essay together. If you have any questions at all, remember you can always Teams me, WeChat me, email me, but please ask me if you have questions. I know that we're doing this virtually. I know that you guys are kind of left on your own, but you can contact me at any point, and I'm very happy to help you. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start by going over our quick guide for the structure and expectations of your problem solution essay. So for this essay, now I've left this purposely kind of vague, but you have two main options. You're either going to choose something about the topic that you've been working with throughout this whole project that you believe is a problem, and you're going to come up with a possible solution to that problem. The other thing you can do is if you think there's some aspect of your topic that is a good solution to a problem, then you're going to explain that problem and then how your idea or your topic is the solution. You're going to have to use at least 3 outside sources to back up your ideas. These can be the sources you have already used for all of your other essays. They could be new sources. All that I ask is that it's on the same general topic. This is going to be a 5-paragraph essay with MLA works cited, in-text citations. Please do not use I. We're still practicing that more advanced kind of academic writing where I know what you think, but you don't need to tell me by using I. Alright, so there are 2 possible structures you can use. There are many different kinds of problem solution structures. This is a really common IELTS kind of writing, but the IELTS one is a little bit different because it's a timed writing. So we're going to look at just these 2 structures. Please use one of these for your essay. Okay, so the main structure starts with your introduction, of course, where you have the background of the problem, so just simple what is the problem, and then a strong thesis statement that shows how the problem is going to be addressed in your essay. Then when you get into your body, you are going to describe the causes and the effects of that problem, the implications, why is it a problem, who is it impacting, all of that kind of information. Then your next body paragraph is all the possible solutions. Now, maybe not all of them, but 1 or 2, and how they could be used. And then in your third body paragraph, you're going to evaluate those solutions from body paragraph 2. Which one is the most plausible? Which one is the best one for whatever reasons you come up with? And then make sure that you address any concerns your audience would have with your solutions. Kind of like a counter argument, but not as specific. And in your conclusion, you're going to wrap up your evaluation of the solution and say, okay, this is the best solution, and this is how it will improve things in the future. Your second alternative structure, it's similar but just a little bit different. Here you have in your introduction a description of the problem and you put the causes and effects here. And then your strong thesis statement proposes your solution, or at least leads into your proposal. Maybe it's a little bit more vague. Your first body paragraph is detailed description of your solution to the problem. So first body paragraph, all about the solution, because you've talked about the problem in the introduction. Second body paragraph is about pros of the solution you are proposing. So here you're focusing on one main solution, and here are all the reasons we think it's good. Third body paragraph is all the problems that could arise from the solution, so the cons of the solution. Kind of like a counter argument. What are people going to say? Is it too expensive? Is it not feasible for certain groups of people? That kind of thing. And then your conclusion, you evaluate your solution and basically explain why it's still a good solution, and again, how it will impact the future. For this essay, I do want you to have a couple of things. These shouldn't be new. I would like to see at least 3 effectively used reporting verbs, not say, not write. Use some good reporting verbs when you're using your sources. At least 3 effectively used transition words or phrases, not first, second, third. Show me what you're doing. In contrast, however, therefore, that kind of thing. I want to make sure you have a strong thesis statement and clear topic sentences. This is your last piece of writing for my class, and I expect to see these things because you guys are about to go to college and you better know what a thesis statement is. All right, the last one is language that clearly shows your opinion without relying on first-person pronouns. So I want you to use things like certainly, obviously, possibly, maybe, things like that to show whether you're really strongly believing this or you're not so sure without having to say, I think, I believe, in my opinion, that kind of thing. All right, so that is the structure. All right, so we're going to go over very quickly this sample problem solution essay. As you can see, all of the paragraphs have actually been outlined in different colors, and I'll go over what each of them is. This is following the more traditional format for a problem solution. So here is our introduction. Obviously that comes first. Your introduction here includes a brief background on the topic, and as you see it's very short, but you can use sources here to just give a quick overview of why are we even concerned about this problem. And then our thesis statement is actually more general than what we normally do. We don't need that 3-point thesis statement here. The thesis statement here is just saying, here is the problem and we need a solution. This thesis statement then leads into our first body paragraph here outlined in pink. So the first body paragraph in this structure is giving a more detailed overview of the problem, the causes of the problem, the impacts of the problem, why is this a problem we actually need to deal with. There is data here from various sources to explain what the problem is and why we care. Now this is a pretty long paragraph. Yours doesn't have to be this long. It can. But this one gives a lot of information about the problem itself. And then at the end, it's almost like you have a secondary thesis statement. So thus people need to take steps to solve this problem. And then this here links right into my second body paragraph, which are my proposed solutions. So we have this, which links back, all of this yellow links back to each other. So we have a topic sentence that is explaining that this paragraph is going to go over several solutions. Our first solution is here, and then it is supported with evidence, it is supported with whatever source material to explain why this is a good solution. And then a second solution is here in blue again. These are two different solutions, not the same one. Both of them can be supported by evidence, explanation, the usual that we're used to doing. Then our third body paragraph is actually going to look at each of these solutions presented above and look at the pros and cons of each. So it's going to analyze and evaluate which one is actually the best solution. So in this format, you're proposing multiple solutions and picking the best one. So this paragraph, as you see, doesn't really have any evidence in it. You could use evidence here, but this is also where you get to do your evaluation. And then towards the end, we see here in purple, the first solution has been decided that it's better because it is more sustainable. So at the end of this, you're going to say which solution you think is the best. And then, of course, we end with our conclusion. The conclusion here, again, is pretty short, but it restates our problem, restates that we needed a solution, and then it restates the solution that we found. And then you can end on something interesting, a call to action, or how you think this is going to make life better in the future. And then, of course, we have our works cited at the end. Don't forget these. And that is an example of a well-organized problem solution essay.